Hey everyone, how are you? My name's Matt Pope and I'm the founder of Space Connect. Our vision for Space Connect is actually to connect the world through the workplace. So think about from the time when you wake up in the morning, going to work, your experience when you're travelling to get to work, what it is like when you move around the office at work, and then going back home again. We're going to revolutionise that way that works. Today, most people believe in an organisation that they have effective utilisation of between 60 and 70%. CBRE did a survey last year and found that the average globally was around 40%. There's a few reasons for this. As an example, and as a lot of you have probably experienced, people book meeting rooms and they don't turn up. People book reoccurring meeting rooms and turn up once and then never turn up again. And all the systems that are currently in place are inefficient in the way they actually understand the user's behaviour, whether they're there or not, and manage the service around them. On top of that, with activity-based working coming into play, a lot of organisations have made the massive switch to open plan living in the office environment, but they haven't actually provided the services for employees to know where people are sitting, what's available and what's not available. And in a recent case, a very large organisation moved to a new building and actually had a team who invoked their business continuity plan because of the fact that space was perceived as not being available, even though they had 1,500 seats available in that building. So this is what Space Connect does and how we solve that problem. We place Bluetooth low energy beacons around the office. Those act as a sensor for us to be able to understand who a user is and where they are through our Space Connect app on the user's device. As a user walks around the office, they're automatically enabling a whole bunch of actions that occur. If they walk into a meeting room, it automatically checks them in. When they leave, it checks them out. If they don't turn up, it reminds them, and after a certain period of time, it actually releases the meeting for other people to use. But on top of that, when they walk into a meeting room, if they have a video conference facility or a presentation attached to that, Space Connect will automatically enable the video conference facility, automatically enable the presentation on display, but also knows who's not in the room, so they know who to call and who to put their presentation on in their individual personal device as well. So it's really changing the way people actually interact with their office space, and through our wayfinding capability and technology, it's also enabling them to move around the office far more rapidly and quickly. We have a couple of things that we then do and enable for the organisation. We've got a current space utilisation algorithm that manages the effective utilisation of space. So real time, it tells the organisation how well people are actually utilising that space. We've got a predictive algorithm that sits on a machine learning platform that actually uses both internal and external behavioural and environmental data to calculate what the future demand for the space is within an organisation, whether it be an individual chair, meeting room, open plan, an entire floor, or globally for the organisation. We've also got our new beacon that's coming out later this month, which also enables temperature and ambient sensor technology, which then tells us exactly what the temperature is in different parts of the building at the time that can be fed back through to the building management systems. So we're not about building into the lighting or the building management systems, we're about feeding that data back into that so the organisation can make the right decisions for their lighting and technology as well.
Are you just about done, Matt? That's 3 minutes.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
All right, cool. All right, any questions?
I sound like the real CEO, but again, I'm going to ask, how do you make your money?
How do we make our money? So we charge a software as a license fee, which is per space per month. So space is classified as a meeting room, a desk, or an informal collaboration space.
I've got a question. What stage are you at as a business? Have you got customers, product and market?
Yes, so we've got paying customers. We've been running trials with customers for about the last 6 months. And we're just in the process of converting a lot of those customers over to full-time users.
And whose Bluetooth beacons are you using?
So we've partnered with an organisation in Europe who's one of the top 4 Bluetooth manufacturers globally, and they lead all the development for us on the hardware side, and we've got a lot of early access to a lot of their hardware before anybody else does. That enables us to actually offer service before a lot of our competitors can.
What do the customers love about what you do?
It's the simplicity. It's the fact that they don't need to use Google Calendar or Outlook to be able to do a lot of the things that they're trying to do, and seeing users actually be able to change behaviour naturally as opposed to them being forced to change behaviour, which is near impossible when it comes to change. So users actually start to realise if I don't turn up to my meeting room, it's going to be released. So I know that if I want that meeting to happen, I'm going to have to turn up on time, otherwise the system will just release it. So it actually helps the organisation change user behaviour and make people far more efficient in the way they work and operate.
Sorry. What are you competing with?
Who we're competing with? So typical organisations, a company like Condeco, they've got globally They've been around 10 years, 25 million revenue a year, but they've got a very old hardware technology. They take over the single source of truth of the calendar information, so they actually do on-premise solutions, they take everything on board, whereas Space Connect actually integrates using the OWolf technology. That means that we don't need to take over the data, but we actually have access to that to enable us to do all the things that we want to do, which is fantastic for an organisation and what they're looking for.
I'm really curious, not a financial benefit, but what about the employees of the company? Do they feel better about their environment because they sort of always know where they're sitting, or at least they know they'll always have a seat? What are the psychological
lots of the early feedback that we get is, I'd rather just use Space Connect instead of using my other tools, because they feel like they know exactly where they've got to be, what time they've got to be there, and Space Connect was a good reminder for them to be able to move around the office when they need to as well, particularly in activity-based working, where they can just walk in and see on a floor plan on their phone exactly where space is available and walk straight to that space, and they don't have to do anything, it just checks them in when they arrive.
How do you know that? Have you surveyed them, or are you looking at statistical data?
Both statistical data and direct feedback through the conversations that we have with them, and the conversation we get back from the clients when they actually do regular catch-ups with us on the performance and feedback.
All right. Matt, thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Cheers.